Ah, there you are. Good to see you again, my friends. That must mean it's time for another tale, yes? Fantastic. I do love telling them. And if you love hearing them, do remember to like and subscribe to this channel for more. Now, today's tale was one of my favorites as a young elfling. So, if you're ready, I'll tell you the tale of the Golden Quarrel. Once an age ago, when beasts of many kinds were still seen across the land, there was a young, clever elfling named Alvis. Alvis's village had become a place of woe, for, you see, it had been a moon and more since anyone had been able to sleep, due to the ever-crashing thunder. But the thunder had no storm or clouds. It just started one night and never ceased. Be it rain or bright sunshine, it just crashed and crashed and crashed. Oh, Alvis and his whole clan couldn't bear the thunder any longer. So, all who could, not just the hunters, ventured out in all directions. Alvis had been searching for the source of the thunder for 3 days now, but he felt no closer as the thunder just echoed around him. As he wandered, hungry and exhausted through the wilderness, his foot caught, and before he knew it, he was lying on the wet earth in pain. Oh! Looking down at his foot, he couldn't believe it. His foot was caught in a bowl of glittering gold. In amazement, Alvis looked around, and there before his eyes was a trail of golden coins, golden plates, golden candlesticks, golden cups, and much, much more, leading off into the distance. Alvis followed the trail of riches for the better part of a day, up into the mountains, as the thunder grew louder and louder, shaking the rocks from around him. More than once, Alvis had to shield his head from them, as the thunder became deafening. The air seemed to be getting hotter also, just as the air felt so hot it was boiling. He went round a blind corner, then darted back. His breath was heaving. He clutched at the rock for cover, and peering back round, he saw a sight rare indeed. 2 snarling, clawed, iron-scaled dragons. Their roaring bellowed out. But that was not the thunder. Their wings beat. But that was not the thunder. Their tails smashed against the rocks. But that was not the thunder. Each dragon burnt the air in turn, clawed the ground, and hurled themselves towards each other, striking their chests together, making the thunder clap out all over the land. Alvis watched as they repeated this destructive display again and again, until his eye was caught by the glitter of the ground beneath them. Their battleground was bathed in gold. Great piles of clinking treasure were cascading with every titanic thunderclap. After an hour or more of this battle, the dragons stood, panting heavily, and without taking their eyes off each other, they collapsed as one with a thud.
Cut off, you stubborn forked tongue. Just yield. Never will you have my hoard, Crackhorn. You scale flaker.
After all the wonders Alvis had seen that day, now he was hearing a dragon's quarrel.
I'll slice your wings before you sleep upon my gold,
continued the dragon, with half a tooth poking out of its mouth.
That's against the dragon code. You blunt-banged cretin, idle four,
protested the dragon, with a great crack running down the centre of his right horn.
Well, if we're using articles, you bit at my tail not but 3 days ago. Yes, but that is permitted in the case of a neck-to-claw parry manoeuvre. You lie, Crockblade. That's it. Breathe her over. Prepare yourself.
The dragon stood and burnt the air once more. But before Alvis knew it, he had walked out between these two titans.
Stop!
Both dragons swung their long necks round towards Alvis, standing no more than a toy before them.
What? Stop! Crackhorn! Stop! So you yield! No, you torn snakeskin! Look! It is a morsel! Well, it has been days.
The dragons started to lumber towards him. Alvis had to think fast.
Oh, great drakes of old, I am not a meal fit for you.
No, but we are so hungry.
Yes, of course, but why settle for one small meal when I can tell you of a place of plenty?
Plenty, you say? Morsel?
Said Crackhorn hungrily, smacking his lips.
Why break your claws, horns, and jaws against each other when there, at the top of this mountain, in the snow, is a herd of great snow ox.
Snow ox? I've never seen such a beast in my flight.
Yes, well, no. Their coats are as white as the snow, and their horns grow grey and knobbled, like the stone. They're very tricky to spot.
Then how, Morsel, shall we catch these snow ox? Yes, it would be easier to eat you, Morsel.
It's simple, really. You just need to land with a crash and smash your tails. They'll run and give themselves away.
What do you say, Cut-Tooth? Fancy bringing us down some snow ox? I know your trick, Crackhorn. If I go, you'll sit upon my hoard, you smoke snout. You ash belcher! I would never on my reptilian honour. You would, you serpent face, stunted claws, shriveled wings, twisted tail.
My noble dragons, please, let me help. It's very simple, really. You both go and I take that golden staff there and mark out where you were, Crackhorn, and where you were, Cuttooth. And when you come back from your snow ox feast, refreshed, you can fight on from exactly where you left off. On your dragon's honor, of course.
The dragons glared at Alvis, smoke billowing from their nostrils. Then they turned to each other, and with a roar, they both took to the air. Alvis watched as they flew higher and higher up to the mountain's snowy peak. He smiled as he heard the crash of their landing. He laughed as he heard the smash of their tails. And he waited. Then, all at once, the mountain rumbled, moaned, and flew off its blanket of snow, crushing the dragons in its avalanche. Alvis would use that hoard of dragon gold to help his clan many times through his days. Well, how quick thinking was that, Alvis, eh? To get those quarrelsome dragons to deal with themselves. But now's the time when I want to hear your stories and ideas. For me to take back to Avalon, you see. So get your elder to email your fantastic ideas to bard.elven.tales @gmail.com so I can give them my bard treatment. And please like and subscribe this channel for more tales, and do leave a comment below as well. And I'll see you soon for more Bard Elven Tales.